I just saw about something really scary, and let me say two things. One, obviously nothing is new under the sun. Two, unfortunately I don't need to be giving anybody any ideas. The thing is, if Greece defaults, the people who are going to be most affected are the people among the Jewish community, of course myself included, though especially Greek Jews. For one thing, the Golden Dawn, which is a Greek political party whose main goal is basically nationalism, particularly nationalism that's charged with anti-Semitism, has been gaining more and more prominence, and they won an election in Greece. Secondly, unfortunately, as I quoted, there's nothing new under the sun, and by the way, from that comes the saying, history repeats itself. So, if Greece defaults, and you have an anti-Semitic party, and then you also have a community of Jews, unfortunately, and this is not the Jewish community's fault, this is the fault of the Greek anti-Semites, you're going to have basically, this time though, directly in the country that's affected, you're going to have, for lack of a better term, some pretty bad stuff. Now, of course, in 1929, when the Great Depression happened, the stock market crashed in the United States. And, of course, the Holocaust started in Germany because many of the Germans were already looking for an excuse for anti-Semitism anyway. And then the stock market crash in the U.S. just exacerbated things because the ripples of the Great Depression were felt all over the world, including in Germany. This time, though, the crash would be because of Greece, and Greece is going to default on its loans. And then, of course, God forbid, the Golden Dawn, who's already basically a bunch of anti-Semites, and again, of course, there's a Greek Jewish community. As I said, bad stuff's going to happen, and this is why let me put it this way, I don't even want to think about what would happen, and I probably can't even imagine what would happen, although I suspect it's going to be pretty bad. That's why, especially since Greece had said that it won't be able to make the payment to the International Monetary Fund, that's why, and I've said this before, and especially to those who had the fortune of being able to make Aliyah, that's why I urge Greek Jews and any other Jews who can make Aliyah, though especially Greek Jews who can make Aliyah, to make Aliyah as soon as possible, because, as I said, unfortunately history is repeating itself. And I mean, this is actually a thing that just occurred to me a few minutes ago. I know that a stock market crash in Greece is going to be bad, and of course there will be effects all over the world. And I thought, oh wait, the Golden Dawn, the Greek Jewish community, yeah, once one thinks about, for lack of a better term, all those factors, one does not have to use rocket science to figure out what could happen. So, there's just have to consider, and as I said, if there are any Jews in Greece, and I know that there are Jews in Greece and definitely also Jews in Cyprus and other places, if you can make Aliyah as soon as possible. And if you're a Jew in Greece or Cyprus or anywhere else that you don't need to be, and you can get out of Greece as soon as possible. Of course, I'm not talking about Greek Jews. I'm talking about expatriates, including Jews who've already had the fortune to make Aliyah and probably need to go back to Israel as soon as possible. If you can get out of Greece, if you can get out of Cyprus, if you can get out of wherever, just go back to Israel, go back to wherever now. And if you haven't been able to make Aliyah if you have the fortune to make Aliyah, because things, for lack of a better term, are just going to get bad.